Bonjour! Today you're learning how to master numbers and survive in town. Why do we need numbers mostly? To give our phone number, to tell the time, to understand prices, and even maybe to say our date of birth. Unlucky for you, France is the hardest French-speaking country for numbers. It's slightly easier in Belgium, for example, because there is a little change. Anyway, let's get it right. Phone numbers. Questions people might ask. C'est quoi ton numéro de téléphone? What's your phone number? That's the informal form. Quel est votre numéro de téléphone? What's your phone number? But formal. Je peux avoir ton numéro? Can I have your number? Informal, definitely. Est-ce que vous pouvez me donner votre numéro, s'il vous plaît? Can you give me your number, please? Definitely formal. Here's how we can answer. Oui, c'est 06 13 23 33 43. As you can see, in French we say the phone numbers 2 by 2. So that's how you need to practice to say your numbers so people actually understand you. If you do it 3 by 3 or another way, people won't get what you're saying. Also, phone numbers in French often starts with 06, 06 or 07, 07. But if you're a foreigner, you might have to add plus something, right? Plus. And then you keep going with the normal way. I'm gonna give you another example. Mon numéro c'est 07 53 63 73 83. I highly suggest you use Quizlet and the video I'm gonna send you to actually learn all numbers. Until 20, they're a bit irregular. You have to learn them. Then there is 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50. It's kind of logical from there. And then you get to the really tricky part. Let's see why. 60, 70. So the way we say 70, it's actually 60, 10. It's super weird, but that's how it works in French. And then same for 80, 90, 80, 90. For example, if I say 71, it's actually 71. And if I say 97, it's 97. But if you separate them, yes, you can see the 80 and 17. And then there is 100, 1000. For example, to say when you were born, you can say Je suis né en 1971. Je suis né en 1985. The thing is, when you're listening to prices, if you hear 80, you might think that something started with 80. But the thing is, if they add something else after, it might be 90. So you have to listen to all of it to actually guess what people are saying. Because it could be 95 and then it's 95. So for example, ça coûte combien? How much is it? 9,97 €. 9,97 €. It's a habit, I'm not gonna lie. When you pay, they might also say ça fera 5,43 € ou 5,43 €. Basically, ça fera is it will be, but we use the verb faire, future tense. You don't need to learn it, just understand ça fera. Or, if we remove the i, ça fera, ça fera. Now, what about the time, the hour? The question often is il est quelle heure? Super common. There's a formal way to say it, maybe in the street or something like that. Quelle heure est-il? What time is it? We have two ways of saying the hour in French. One is slightly more formal, but in the end we use really both of them in all contexts, so it doesn't really matter. To start, we say il est, super normal, or c'est, a little bit informal. Il est minuit, midnight. Il est midi, noon. I'm gonna give you examples so you understand the system. For the morning, for example, il est 3 heures. Only one option for this one. Il est 6h15 or il est 6h15. Il est 9h30. Il est 9h30. Il est 11h45. Il est midi moins quart. So for everything we have two ways of saying et quart, et demi, et demi, moins quart. Afternoon, it's even trickier because we have the 24-hour system, so you can actually do both. Afternoon. Il est 13h, il est 1h. It's super normal to say il est 1h in France as well. As long as we know We're talking about the afternoon, obviously. You can also precise. Il est 1h du matin, il est 1h de l'après-midi. Il est 15h15, il est 3h15. You cannot mix them. You cannot say il est 15h15 and you cannot say il est 3h15. It's either you do the whole formal or the whole informal way, okay? Then same for the rest. Il est 17h30 or il est 5h30. You cannot mix them. Same for the last one. Il est 19h45 or il est 8h moins quart. In a sentence, it might look like le restaurant ouvre à 19h30 et ferme à 22h30. Or, le restaurant ouvre à 7h30 et ferme à 10h30. At. Le bar est ouvert de 20h à minuit. Le bar est ouvert de 8h à minuit. De à From to. Alors dis-moi, so tell me. C'est quoi ton numéro de téléphone et tu es né en quelle année? Et il est quelle heure?